Hey everybody, so if you have been to a wine store or any place that sells wine in, I don't know, maybe the last 3, 4, 5 years, you've probably noticed a brand called Josh. They, like all my stores typically have Cabernet, red blends, stuff like that. But I was able to find a Columbia Valley Pinot Gris. So stay tuned while I review it. Hey everybody, before I begin today's video, if you like it, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, click that notifications bell, and do the other things that YouTubers ask you to do. Anyway, so today I'm going to be reviewing the 2019 Josh Cellars Pinot Gris from Columbia Valley. It is 13% alcohol by volume, and I paid $13 for it at my local grocery store, H-E-B. First of all, Screw Top +1. And like I said, this is a brand that you see everywhere. I mean, it's a very common brand. It's actually kind of what my family members like to go to as a default when they're not quite certain if a wine is going to be good. They see Josh and they realize it's going to be at least a good quality wine and it's going to be consistent. I've never had their Pinot Gris though, so let's see how this compares. From a color standpoint, from a color standpoint, you are pale lemon, no artifacts, no cloudiness. All right, so on the nose, Ooh, lots of red apple, touch of pear, touch of orange, a candied orange, maybe a hint of peach, a little bit of lemon. I'm getting no secondary on this. I'm getting no tertiary. And maybe a touch of honeydew melon, but that's pretty much it. Everything else it's just fruit, But how does it taste? First of all, high acid. Woo! I love it. High acid wine, medium minus body, very, very fruity. Just a very primary fruit wine. Everything that I tasted, it's there on the palate, and it's all kind of like weaving around and dancing on my taste buds. It's quite nice. It does have a medium plus intensity on the palate. Unfortunately, it's medium on the nose. And then when I'm getting to this finish, it kind of has like a tiered approach on the finish. So a lot of the bright zingy stuff trails off pretty quickly, and then it's sort of like the pear and the red apple and a little bit of the orange stay for a little bit longer, and they kind of like plateau. And it was one of those things where I'm gonna go ahead and give you a medium finish because I enjoyed those flavors. They weren't bitter, they weren't sour, they weren't astringent. There was nothing that was really kind of getting me with the flavors that remained. I would say this smells and tastes like a low alcohol wine. This could be a deceptively dangerous wine if you're someone who's sensitive to alcohol. Yeah, because you won't taste it at all whatsoever. Man, that fruit. Nom. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to the look. From a balance standpoint, I'm gonna give you a full point. I think you're in balance. I really like a lot of acid. I like that primary fruit. The acid helps kind of elevate the fruit. The fruit helps kind of mellow out the acid a little bit. The body's right. It's just a nice, clean, light, crisp wine. So full point. Length, medium minus finish, no points. Intensity, medium plus on the palate, medium on the nose, so half a point. In terms of complexity, I'm getting tons of primary fruit. And I'm gonna start with scoring Pinot Grigios and Pinot Gris a little bit differently than some of my other white wines. So in some cases, I do actually want tertiary on whites. I do want barrel notes on whites. Typically with Pinot Grigios, I don't want that. Well, Pinot Grigio. I don't want that. I just want something that's light. You sit back on a floaty in the pool and you can crush a bottle while everyone is partying around you. That's the type of wine that I think of when I think of Pinot Grigio. That or something that's just really killer with Italian food and seafood. On that note, I'm not going to be looking for tertiary on these wines going forward. So what I'm going to do going forward is I'm going to take a look at how nicely the fruit presents on Pinot Gris and Pinot Grigios, and what I'll probably end up doing is saying, you know what, if there's a little bit of additional complexity outside the primary fruit, I'm going to give it a full point. If it has a good breadth of primary fruit, that's half a point. And if it's just kind of a single note player, you get no points. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and give this wine half a point. In the end, that comes out to 2 points. You're a good wine. I have no problems with this wine whatsoever. It's nice, it's bright, it's crisp, it is everything you kind of want it to be. Except for the finish. I would like more finish. this is quite nice. This is when I think of Washington whites preserving the acid, this is exactly what I think of. When I think of Italian whites providing the flavor, this is what I think of. This wine is it's a pretty darn good mix of both worlds. Anyway, this has been Stuart with Wine on the Dime. If you liked today's video, please like, subscribe, and comment. Have you tried the 2019 Josh Cellars Pinot Gris from Columbia Valley? I'd be interested to know if you have. Leave a comment below, and I'll see you all again soon with another episode from Wine on the Dime.